Minister says education and awareness on menstrual cycle is very important for women, and taking care of it helps in healthy development and growth of adolescent girls. Steps taken to thwart unwanted incidents ahead of the decision of Sadhanangami Public Organization SAPO to prohibit Mao citizens from entering Sadhanangami areas. Chief Minister Nongthoam Biren launches alternative farming system for tribal jumiers or poppy planters for different hill districts. At least 24 people die allegedly after consuming toxic liquor in different villages of Chapra in Bihar's Saran district. Donor Secretary S.H. Lok Ranjan highlights efforts made by Donor Ministry to integrate startups from Northeast into country's startup ecosystem. And Corps fuel plant protests of Kuakaithel market vendors. They demand revocation of suspension of operation and peace talks with different cookie insurgent groups. Kurumjay, good evening. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin on IS News, and this is Victoria Rajkumari. In the next 30 minutes, I'll be taking you through the day's latest updates from across the state and the world. Now to top stories. Chief Minister N. Biren launched the Chief Minister's Menstrual Hygiene Scheme, in short CMMHS, today at Wankai High School, Imphal East. He also launched the Chief Minister Ki Laying, in short CMML scheme and mobile ophthalmic bus. The program was organized by the Directorate of Health Services and State Health Society, National Health Mission, Manipur. The program also included integration of CMML and National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, in short NTEP, with the Chief Minister's Health for All. Speaking on the occasion, N. Biren maintained that the state government is giving priority to health and education sector, and as such, various schemes have been taken up for the development of the sectors. He continued that education and awareness on menstrual cycle is very important for women, and taking care of it helps in healthy development and growth of adolescent girls. Stating that the world is changing fast, the Chief Minister stated that we need to be transparent and not to feel shy in expressing about the menstrual cycle. He added that not only the medical staff but also teachers also have an important role in educating girl students on menstrual cycle. He also mentioned that the state government will try to cover all the schools of the state with CMMHS soon. N. Biren further maintained that his government always fulfills their commitment towards the public, adding that the Wankai High School had been upgraded to higher secondary school as announced earlier. He continued that the state government had sent a proposal to upgrade the infrastructure of 275 high schools and 35 higher secondary schools under Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast Region, in short PM Divine. The Chief Minister appreciated health staff and ushers of the state for the selfless service rendered during the COVID-19 pandemic, with which the state had overcome the pandemic. He also gave credit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the achievements of the state, stating that all the initiatives have been taken up under the guidance of the Prime Minister. During the program, the Chief Minister distributed 14 advanced life support, in short ALS, one each for Kamjong District, Technopole District, None, Farzol, Thobal, Bishnupur, Imphal East, Imphal West, Ukhrul, Sanapati, Tamenglong, Churachandpur, Chandal, and one for Directorate of Health Central Pool. He also distributed kits for a door-to-door campaign for Chief Minister Ki Laying scheme and Health National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, NTEP. Later in the day, Chief Minister in Bahrain also inaugurated a cow, that is Sun Mela, in the afternoon at Oinam Sagol Kangjipung, Bishtupur district. Addressing the function, the Chief Minister said that the Mela is a part of the inauguration month, which is celebrated by the government. The Chief Minister stated that the Mela will be conducted every 6 months and identified cow owners will be awarded with monetary prizes of Rs 1,50,000 each, etc., and further called against unnecessary selling of cows. He said the Mela will be conducted at different districts.
Ngasi school gi leira bi sa si amaroi ba moi ni ikai ba angang oi bagi ki boy khang boy yam haina da mata adu ma si di world is changing so fast adu nai khogi mind set su sense of the isa transparent oi batai khang batai maram khang batai ikai ni kar su leite adu na ngasi gi tawri posa koi all over the state school punumak da cover tong na ba hona jagani ngai ba pau hai ba tare ai khoi sarkar paijari bai khoi si ai da ngata ni khoi pairi se sakara su khoi ai ba na su apu de tamma ai khoi na hai gi ba joban ai khoi na miyam da bi gi ba thaja ba se khoi thaba kon thong na ba hona ba da khoi na waja ba ahing tum da ba kang ni khoi adu na cha sing da waja sing da sigi wangkhai high school si khoi na mamangi election campaign da speaker gi campaign da uma tam da wangkhai high school si sung soi dana higher secondary da on kat kani na law phuk charam ba du wangkha krabani ko infrastructure kari bhi chhatra su ai da ba chhatra ni sing mukki matak ka lai hai ado anoba mayam am su admit to ge na hai adu nei khoi bm divine gi da manipur da lai high school sani ga humbudrama nga mukki upgrade tong na ba building gi kari mayam si construction tong na ba khoi bm divine da thagre higher secondary kuntra ka manga go manga pulak na health and education sai khoi government gi priority sector.
In today's event, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan, while delivering his presidential speech, congratulated the Health Department officials on receiving the Best Performance Award in Teleconsultations category of Health and Wellness Centers Small State on Universal Health Coverage Day 2022 held at Banarasi recently. He added that the award is the result of the Chief Minister's initiatives and concern for healthcare sector. He spoke on the recognition of Chief Minister's Health for All in various platforms. The minister informed that the Chief Minister's menstrual hygiene scheme, in short CMMHS, will cover all schools soon. Stating on the benefits to be given by Chief Minister's Ki Laying scheme, he informed that the state had set the target of cataract surgery for 2022 to 23 as 3,000, adding that the state has done around 2,850 surgeries so far. He also expressed hopefulness that an eye bank will be launched in the state soon.
Cataract surgeries financial year 22-23 is the target number 3,000. But able guidance of the Honorable Chief Minister, financial year 2,885 out of 3,000 gi sige keno si yogre. Tazagi damakta apaba health apaba system. Mid udraga di akuisi bukari bukana gadu. Bahandak ukrul dagi tameng lum dagi pura aga since the nagi logistic ke loina sapiraga operation free of cost operation tawraga hangi baduda mahake khungang duda mitang lakpa mit udana lakpa bioi hallaga magi laikai khungang atha paduda magi wari du libakan do kaya mo nuai nang baduri masigi program zi successful oina na bedamak tai na ngasi tinbiriba manipur da leibiriba CHO sing ANM sing Asha sing akoi gi sigi program sigi backbone ni oi adu gidamakta Honorable Chief Minister gi achobas program Chief Minister's Health for All the integrate tawraga mitki layeng gi back to the yari bado yamna detect of the lubanate detect tawragani verify tawragani cataract operation da tawragana cataract operation da tawragana.
Ahead of the decision of the Southern Angami Public Organization, in short SAPO, to prohibit Mao citizens from entering the Southern Angami areas from December 15 over issues pertaining to the dispute at Kelzotsa area, the district administration has said that law and order situation in the region will be maintained to avoid occurrence of untoward incidents. According to a media report, Kohima DC Sanavas C said that while it acknowledges that it is a case of a traditional boundary, the district administration cannot bar the people from their part. He, however, added that the district administration will ensure that law and order is kept intact. Quote unquote, we are ready with some deployment and we will be making sure that no untoward incident is reported, the Kohima DC said. He further informed that assurance has also been given by the DC counterpart in Senapati of Manipur that unnecessary travels and movement will be discouraged. While the pendency of the case, which is in the court of the Tenyami Public Organization, in short TPO, and the failure of the Mao Council and Manipur government to withdraw activities from the disputed area has been the reason of resentment for the Southern Angami public. President Timika Khotsa also informed that the date for delivering judgment by the TPO court with the Board of Arbitrators has been fixed to December 19, comprising of Sapo, Mao Council and Maram Kulen. He further added that the TPO is committed to resolve the issue for goodwill to prevail among the Tenyamis. The Sapo in March this year had called a total ban within the Southern Angami jurisdiction on Manipur-bound private or public passengers, good carriers of vehicles, commuters. Meanwhile, the Naga Students Federation, in short NSF, sincerely appealed to the office of the Southern Angami Public Organization SAPO to reconsider its earlier announcement that no Maos will be allowed within its jurisdiction from December 15 onwards. While refraining from commenting on the issue leading to the unfortunate announcement, the Federation sincerely appeals to reconsider the decision in light of the festive season and in the interest of the students' community who will be returning home to join their families for Christmas, the NSF stated. This is in the interest of upholding the unity of the Naga youth and student communities, aided that the appeal issued by the NSF President, KY Yumtep. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biruen today launched the alternative farming system for tribal Jumias or poppy planters for different hill districts. The event was held at Chief Minister's Secretariat in Imphal. Speaking at the event, Chief Minister N. Biruen said that the alternative farming system will help the tribal Jumiers or poppy planters of Churachandpur, Farzol, None, Tamenglong, Senapati, Kangpokpi, Ukhrul, Kamjong, Technopal and Chandel districts. He asserted that the program aims to ensure holistic development of the tribal communities, thereby training the indigenous inhabitants to embrace practices like organic farming, mixed crop farming, seed management and promote sustainable farming. He maintained that the initiative taken by the state government will not only stop poppy cultivation but ensure a sustainable and prohibitable means of income for the targeted farmers. The Chief Minister also distributed rabi crop seeds and farming tools and equipment worth around Rs 4.87 crore to the beneficiary farmers during the event.
World expert the importance of the only freshwater lake in Asia, the only floating lake in the world. Sigi importance khanga kana kannana lai. Loina moina paisa thada gadore ADB Asian Development Bank na thada gadore khoi state tagi out of 40 crore hujiki investigation to analysis to scientists ma muje laga moi team moi tara mo ke team mam lai America, Japan, Loila, but Lokak Sigidam. Moshigi, Torka, study Torka, Carino, Pramai, Kanduino, Caritoino, Hanagi, Tiberius in a period impact, in a Karimangan, Baramasi, the Commission, Tawudra, Tawadra, Nami, Kamai, Himni, Sigimayam, Kanu number lay, never lack the social media, and a yet Pegitoria. Carino, the wish to come to me. Sukumbagi mentality, labor, which the NGO in the Tormapangini, Samnaba, Kara, but shut on the NGO Krale. I'll not spirit. Madam so consider Lokak Pimam to Yaman Nambul to render the Tadharamiva Putamayam Masikanani Yanunde. Lokaka Tankaima Punkala is the Nambul to render Impal to render Putagiva Mayam. Nasi Nambul to render project like Kalakanda, Maduki, Patabamayam, who is Shurias Mayam, the Tongana, treatment period under Sema Eva. So mine appeal the Laga Sema, the one of the live means into Pitsibi when a chop of body and Malakness later in the Midmanga Tarani came Torga, Ying was the Horobakanda, Insel Lavigan and Bore, Musim Mahiko. Bharat would destabilize on the Bohanaba, Manipur would destabilize on the Bohanaba, Adumba, NGOs. Yeah, okay, Lem Tharoi.
On the occasion, Horticulture Minister Lepao Haukeba stated that the demand-driven crops should cultivated be in the hills. He also stated that the state products are being purchased in the outside and they have a fondness for them.
Manipur, Mipal Tangdaba, Manipur, Ama, Uinaba, Hutnabada, horticulture, Masi, Amkanna, Amuka Hina, Hazik Pausu, Pazana Honari, Department officers say, Ui, Sangai Festival, the Su, Store Marak, the quiet Miniam Jamba, Hortigi Oidam, no mother, Lissing Humudra, La Ama, La Ani Sitpanumitli. Akoy trifight ki tawrakpa forest ki adagi chingi puthore ba potlam sing asi mayam na pamnai aduna kamaina double up to hansige haibasi amuka himna officer sing su ai appeal tawjage asi pangtho iba launching program da piriba senpam sing asi su mafam chana pire ibagi arthadu lehannaba akoygi sincerity ama akoygi taibang pan sida akoy sincerity sima leitragadi chawkhaloi government na wana honadana department na paisa sika pirani kaitho ga eta chathokpa aduna tab magi pire iba arthadu khangna farming da kai da phajana sina si.
At least 37 people died allegedly after consuming toxic liquor in different villages of Chapra in Bihar's Saran district. The incident took place in the Dwela village of Ishopur police station area and Yadu More of Mashrak police station area yesterday. Though the victims' relatives claim their deaths are due to toxic liquor, the authorities are yet to confirm. The bodies will be sent for post-mortem to ascertain the cause of the death. Meanwhile, the police are currently investigating the matter. Talking about the incident, the Madhaura DSP said that the police are looking for the villagers who have fallen sick after the consumption of the liquor. The administration is yet to comment on the rise in death toll due to superior liquor. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar lost his cool inside the assembly when BJP MLAs tried to target him over the Chapra Hooch tragedy in which 37 people died. This happened when a discussion was happening on issues like the Hooch tragedy and the Lathi charge on job aspirants in Patna. Bihar imposed complete prohibition in the state in April 2016, a move that won a significant number of women voters, often seen to be victims of domestic violence at the hands of drunk men. But the state continues to witness liquor sales on the black market and deaths owing to the consumption of locally made superior liquor. Manipur Technology Innovation Hub, in short MTI Hub, an initiative of the Department of Information Technology, Government of Manipur, along with 16 startups from Northeast, including 10 from Manipur, participated in the Startup Innovation Conclave 1.0 held at KIIT Technology Business Incubator, Bhubaneswar. The two-day conclave was held on December 9th and 10th. The conclave was inaugurated by Donor Secretary S.H. Lokranjan. Speaking at the event, Lokranjan highlighted the efforts made by Donor Ministry to integrate the startups from Northeast into country's startup ecosystem with special attention on healthcare, education and employment. He also stressed the need for able partners to identify, incubate and groom future startups from northeastern states. The Secretary further underlined the vision of the Northeast region, that is achieving impactful transformation at an accelerated pace to catch up with its deficit in a sustainable way. Lokranjan also inaugurated Northeast Pavilion, wherein 16 startups from Northeast showcased their products and services and also launched 3 products. KIIT and KISS founder Professor Achyuta Samantha, CMD NRDC Amit Rastogi, VC of KIIT Professor Samista Samantha, CEO KIIT TBI Dr. Mutrunjan Sor, officials from TBD, NRDC, DST, VIRSC Birok, MSME, DAD, Investors, venture capitalists, and other dignitaries attended the event. Manipur Technology Innovation Hub, implemented by KIIT Technology Business Incubator, was established to help and support the startups of the states. Police today dispersed Kwakaitel market vendors who were planning to stage a protest to demand revocation of the ongoing suspension of operation and peace talks with different cookie insurgent groups in the state. The women vendors were seen gathering to stage a protest, but Imphal West police personnel foiled their attempt. The police told the market vendors to take permission from the Deputy Commissioner DC for the planned protest. They also said such protests should not take place as CRPC Section 144 has been claimed in the area. Notably, Manipur has witnessed some protests in the past few days demanding cancellation of peace talks with cookie insurgent outfits, saying some of the outfits are hated by cookies from neighboring Myanmar. Thangmaiban United Club, TUC, under the initiative of Veterinary Department, organized a mass anti-rabies vaccination awareness program for areas under the jurisdiction of the local club today. The event was held under the aegis of All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko at Kangjabi Lerak Youth Club, Thangmaiban. Around 80 pet dogs and cats were vaccinated during the program. Amuko, along with its affiliated clubs, has been carrying out such drives in various areas across the state. Manipur in the last 24 hours recorded a 0 coronavirus case. The number of active cases dropped to 2, with 1 discharged. Altogether, 62 samples were tested in the last 24 hours, which returned negative. The state's caseload stands at 139,922. There were no fatalities due to COVID-19 in the same hours, as per the latest updates from the state COVID-19 Command Control Room. The recovery rate stands at 98.46%, while the death toll remains at 2,149. COVID-19 cases in India witnessed a marginal decline, with the country reporting just 197 fresh infections in the last 24 hours, taking the total tally of COVID-19 cases to 4,46,75,447, while the number of active cases of the infection has dipped to 3,767, which constitute 0.01% of the total infections. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll has increased to 5,30,663, with 2 new deaths reported in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,41,017. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.8%. Over 219.98 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing a maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 65 crore 57 lakh, while more than 66 lakh 64,000 has succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus, and recoveries are above 63 crore 2 lakh. Globally, United States of America, USA, has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. And on and on, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching IS News.
Ana Layengi office ki thabak amadi koi bachat pada India ki konung New Delhi da laifam laitaba ki awaba kok lagani. Delhi airport kayam naknana lairiba Mahipalpur da Manipur miyam ki damakta laizare Hotel Ambrosia. Laifam ki oina lupa lising amadagi hauraga pung kunmari pickup amadi drop ki taxi service laigani. Restaurant service ka loinana tongan ba khudong chaba kaya phangbigani. Vishal Mega Mart, Ambience Mall, DLF Mall amadi irap laptana nungairaba mafam kaya yobada khudong charaba mafam amani. Ngasi ma contact tawbirau Hotel Ambrosia, A217 Road number 6, Mahipalpur. Phone number 9643504772.
Electric laktabana maram oiduna asabe ising phanglar hybrid nungsa thiningai leitraba. Thompson Solar Water Heater. Contact number 9862669522. Aikhoigi address Hairanggoidong Nithamja Karong, Impal West.
Welcome back. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin on IS News. Now proceeding with other news. The district held Leaders Day and Miyam Ginumit for Kamjong district was observed today at the Kamjong Kulen Subdivisional Headquarter. Organized by the district administration Kamjong, the program was held at the Sadavna Mandaf, Kasom Kulen town. Deputy Commissioner Rangnamai Rang Peter, IAS, Superintendent of Police P. Manjit, IPS, top-level police and civil officials and other district-level officers of the various government departments in the district attended the event. At the event that witnessed hundreds of public in attendance, the district-level officers DLOs opened their mobile stalls to cater to the various demands and grievances of the public. Among the most active stalls were the CMO, ICDS, DSWO, MSPDCL, DAO, District Handloom and Textiles, District Forest Office, CAF and PD, SDO Office, etc. The stall of CAF and PD, in particular, on the spot, issued weavers' cards to 4 of the beneficiaries that attended today out of the many listed beneficiaries. The distributions were presented by the Deputy Commissioner Sri Rangnamai to the beneficiaries. Chief Minister Nongthaman Birane expressed pride over Manipur cricketer Jotin's achievement and congratulated him. The Chief Minister in his Facebook post wrote that the time for Manipuri cricketers in India is finally here, with Jotin scripting history and becoming the 4th Indian to take 9 wickets in an innings on his first-class debut at Ranji Trophy, the 4th best figures by an Indian debutant in the format. He also encouraged Jotin to bring more laurels to the state and the country. In continuation with the efforts of Assam Rifles to reach out the general population and assist them in humanitarian aid, Technopole Battalion under the aegis of Headquarter IGR South handed over 2 high-powered solar lights to village Yangungpopi today. The village was facing shortage of street lights, and the installation of solar lights brings huge relief to the villagers who were eagerly waiting for a permanent solution to the problem, as per a release. China raced to vaccinate its most vulnerable people today in anticipation of waves of COVID-19 infections, with some analysts expecting the death toll to soar after a loosening of strict controls that kept the pandemic at bay for 3 years. The push comes as the World Health Organization also raised concerns that China's 1.4 billion population was not adequately vaccinated, and the United States offer to help China deal with the surge in infections. Beijing last Wednesday began dismantling its tough zero-COVID controls, dropping testing requirements and easing quarantine rules that had caused mental anxiety for tens of millions and batter the world's second-largest economy. They pivot away from President Xi Jinping's signature zero-COVID policy, followed unprecedented widespread protests against it. But World Health Organization Emergencies Director Mike Ryan said COVID-19 infections were exploding in China well before the government's decision to phase out its stringent regime. There are increasing signs of chaos during China's change of tack, with long queues outside fever clinics, runs on medicines, and panic buying across the country. For all its efforts to quell the virus since it erupted in the central city of Wuhan in late 2019, China may now apprise for for shielding a population that lacks herd immunity and has low vaccination rates among the elderly. China has reported just 5,235 COVID-related deaths so far, extremely low by global standards. Now let's take a sports news. Morocco's incredible run in FIFA World Cup 2022 came to an end, and France cruised into a Sunday's final where Lionel Messi and Argentina await them. France edged past Morocco during a frenetic semi-final clash to secure their place in Sunday's World Cup final, with the reigning world champions holding off a spirited display from the North African side to win 2-0. Left back Theo Hernandez put France ahead after just 5 minutes at the Al Bayt Stadium on Wednesday, firing an acrobatic effort past Yacine Bounou from close range to become the first opposition player to score against the Atlas Lions in Qatar. Morocco responded forcefully to the early setback, controlling the majority of possession and pressing for an equalizer on either side of half-time. France, for large periods, were second best, held out nonetheless, and Randall Kolo Muani put the game to bed late, tapping home from close range in the 79th minute to set up a showdown with Argentina in 4 days' time. France are looking to become the first team to retain the World Cup title since Brazil in 1962. Morocco, the first Arab and first African country to make it to a World Cup semi-final, will face Croatia in the third-place playoff at Khalifa International Stadium, Qatar, on December 17. The final match will be played on December 18. 32 teams nation arrived in Qatar last month to compete for the sport's biggest accolade, the World Cup 2022. Around 100 soccer fans, some raped in Moroccan's flags, briefly clashed with police yesterday evening in central Brussels after Morocco lost 2-0 to France in the World Cup semi-final. The fans gathered near Brussels South Station, threw fireworks and other objects at lines of police dressed in riot gear and set alight some garbage bags and cardboard boxes. Police responded with water cannon and tear gas. Police reportedly detained several fans and said that the clashes were brief and caused no serious damage. The riot police were battling to maintain order as France and Moroccan football supporters clashed in cities across France and Belgium following the World Cup semi-finals. In the French cities of Montpellier and Nice, the fans fought in the streets, launching flares at one another and setting fire to rubbish bins in the streets. In the first World Cup held in an Arab country, a one already marked by upsets, Morocco won supporters far afield as the first Arab team to reach the quarterfinals and the first African team to reach the semi-finals. Meanwhile, some 10,000 police were mobilized across France to ensure there was no unrest during and after the match, given the potential of clashes between French supporters and those backing France's one-time North African colony. Somsai Battalion Assam Rifles under the aegis of Headquarter IGR South as a part of Operation Savannah provided sports items like footballs, volleyballs, basketballs and badminton kits to youth of Poi village in Ukhrul district today. Youth President and Vice Authority of Poi village had approached Somsai Battalion for assistance in purchase of sports items. A total of 20 volleyballs, 12 volleyballs, 2 football nets, 5 volleyball nets, 2 badminton nets, 6 rackets, 5 air pumps, 20 skipping ropes and 3 basketballs were provided to youth of Poi village. The sports items provided will facilitate training of youth for NRSU competition. The youth and village authority applauded the efforts of Assam Rifles and have urged to undertake more such initiatives benefiting the sports infrastructure and motivating them, a release said. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister says education and awareness on menstrual cycle is very important for women, and taking care of it helps in healthy development and growth of adolescent girls. Steps taken to thwart unwanted incidents ahead of the decision of Southern Angami Public Organisation SAPO to prohibit Mao citizens from entering Southern Angami areas. Chief Minister Nongtuam Biren launches alternative farming system for tribal jumias or poppy planters for different hill districts. At least 37 people die allegedly after consuming toxic liquor in different villages of Chapra in Bihar's Saran district. Donor Secretary S.H. Lokranjan highlights efforts made by Donor Ministry to integrate startups from Northeast into country's startup ecosystem. And corpse fuel plant protests of Kwakaitel market vendors. They demand revocation of suspension of operation and peace talks with different cookie insurgent groups. Well, that's all we have today. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Manipuri Primetime Bulletin. Till then, good night and stay safe.